This is a special presentation of Way 31 Sports.
It's the McCurry Big Game Friday night. Hello, Alabama, find a comfortable spot. We got high school football and it's coming out hot. Now here we are and the lights are shining bright. We've always been. Yeah, Way 31 is rocking all right.
With Nolan, Max, and Xavier.
It's the McCurry Van and Car Rental Big Game Friday night.
A battle between two powers. Pisgah travels to Fife with the 2A Region 7 title on the line. Will it be the defending state champions or the newcomers that remain undefeated in region play in our big game Friday night game of the week?
While out in Florence, it's a battle of the undefeateds for the 3A Region 8 crown between Mars Hill and Lauderdale County in our rivalry game of the week.
Hello and welcome into the Week 8 edition of Big Game Friday Night. Everyone, Nolan Knight here with Max Cohen. And Max, with just a few weeks left in the regular season, it's no secret that the games that took place tonight decided not only playoff spots, but region titles. Yeah,
that was the case at our game of the week as an undefeated Pisgah team hit the road to take on a one-loss defending state champion team from Fife.
Yeah, and what an atmosphere it was tonight at Fife. If one thing is true, that town loves football. We'll pick up Pisgah starting the second half down by double digits, and quarterback Mason Holcomb isn't calling it quits yet. He runs it in for the big touchdown to breathe some life into the Eagles. Next, they would convert on a 2-point conversion. This made it just a 4-point game. Their next possession, though, doesn't end as well. Fife's defense knocks the ball out, and the Eagles are able to recover, but they're on the receiving end of a massive hit. Fife, they want the ball back in Sports Center. You might want to watch. Running back Logan Anderson has that dog in him, fighting through tackles, has multiple defenders on him, but he says, "Get off me." My man looking for that smoke. First down, Red Devils. Blake Dobbins, he wants in on the fun. He gets into the end zone. The Pisgah defense, though, they would pick up a big score not too long later. Who else? Anderson, his fifth touchdown as the big running back finishes with 347 yards. Just when I think the Fife Red Devils have met their match, they prove me wrong again. It's a dominating performance from Paul Benefield's team as they win tonight's big game Friday night game of the week, 56-42, leaving the legendary head coach Paul Benefield proud of his boys.
Yeah, they're really good. They got a lot of kids that can score and catch a ball and run, and you know, I got some guys that can run, but I don't think we ever threw a pass, did we? But hey, Logan Anderson showed out tonight. Offensive line, I thought, played really well, but man, defensively, I'm not used to seeing stuff like that. Well, I mean, they're pretty impressive on both sides. I thought we want to rest up and get some people healthy and get ready for the playoffs, and got some kids banged up. And so that's the main thing right now.
Anderson, like you mentioned, 5 touchdowns, 370-plus yards. I mean, that's incredible. What's your mindset on that kid?
He's a real deal, man. If I can put a few more pounds on him the next year, he'll be more of a deal. You know, he's getting healthier and healthier every week, and he had his knee tore up last year, you know, but he come back strong tonight.
Well, a massive win for Fife. They move into the driver's seat in Class 2A Region 7, as well as home field advantage for the playoff.
Now let's get back to the action with Bob Jones and Austin. The Black Bears have won their last 3 meetings with the Patriots, but Bob Jones has won 4 straight, and the Pats showing why with runs like this. Tyron Washington straight through the line and shoving off defenders as this burst has Bob Jones inside the 5. Sam Monroe made a call before the game. He's got reservations for 6 in Decatur, and the party of 1 finds his way in, but the Black Bears had their own plans. Gavin Fuqua shaking and baking in the backfield, cooking up his own touchdown run. Austin would eventually run away with this one, 49-22.
How about we stay in Class 7A as we head to Sparkman? The Senators 3-2 in region play, hosting Huntsville tonight, who was 2-3. This game easily the difference between making or missing the postseason. As always, Sparkman High School, one of the best high school football atmospheres in the state, and the defense showed up ready to play. Check out the massive hit from Donovan DuBois to get the defense pumped up. And after the Panthers were forced to punt, the Senators offense came alive. Josh Ward back to pass, lets one rip. But check out the stellar defense from Huntsville's Thomas Moody. But Ward would get the last laugh. quick pass to Amari Jabbar, and he's going to fly past a few defenders and sets up the Senators in the red zone. A few plays later, Ward finds the end zone. Quarterback read option, and the quarterback keeps this one for himself around the left side and in for the score. 7-0 Senators on top as they would take advantage of the early lead as they go on to win this one at home 41-0.
Heading into Week 8, James Clemens held the top spot in 7A Region 4. The Jets hoping to keep things there with a win over Albertville. Now, the Jets and Aggies have only met 3 times, all those resulting in James Clemens wins so far, and the Jets were hoping to keep it that way, and they were picking up first downs with ease early. How about the quarterback keeper from Ty Marsh? Great push from the guys out front, and that first down would lead to a score for the Jets. Halfback toss to DJ Williams, and he's got some blockers, and he's in for the score as he leaps into the end zone for 6. The Aggies haven't won a game this year, but they have been making plays all season long. Des Revolt is going to fly in for this one. He's got Hunter Smith downfield, and the receiver makes a spectacular grab to walk in for the score. But it's James Clemens that takes this one at home, flying away in a 58-18 beatdown of the Aggies.
Over on the Parkway, the Lee Generals were looking for their first ever win over Gadsden City. Out at Joe Davis Lee, down 2 scores and knocking at the door, but things will get crazy here. No whistle, and the ball is pulled out by Gadsden City's Kevin Brooks, and it's off to the races. Eventually, Carlin Long catches up to him and brings them down by his face mask as the Titans take over in great field position, but they wouldn't hold it. A quick pass is picked off. Aaron Mertz and the Generals stopped Gadsden's charge. Unfortunately for Lee, the Titans would still find the end zone. Matthew Sparks wide open all alone to put the Generals in a 21-point hole. They're the region champs for a reason, winning 41-0 tonight.
Well, it's already time for us to call our first time out of the night, but don't you dare touch that remote.
Yeah, that's right, because coming up on Big Game Friday night, we head to Mars Hill, where we had a battle of unbeatens in Lauderdale County between Mars Hill and Lauderdale County High School.
Stay tuned for more Big Game Friday night. Go Senators!
All right, welcome back into Big Game Friday night, everyone. Tonight in Lauderdale County, man, did we have a playoff-type atmosphere at Mars Hill Bible School.
Yeah, that's right. Undefeated Mars Hill hosted undefeated Lauderdale County High School in our Big Game Friday night rivalry game of the week.
Yeah, and tell you what, this was the place to be if you're a high school football fan in the state of Alabama. We'll pick this one up, tied up at 7 apiece, and Lauderdale County's looking to make some noise. Naked bootleg for Jackson Lovelace. He's got some speed. He's going to take it deep into Mars Hill territory. A couple of plays later, the Tigers would take a lead. Lovelace on the quarterback keeper, follow his fullback in for a 14-7 ball game, but the Panthers wouldn't lay down. Jay Dobbs takes the handoff, finds a first down for the Panthers, and this drive would be extended thanks to this run from William Owens. Picks up a few, and then even more for the face mask, and they give it back to Dobbs, who takes this handoff. He's got himself a touchdown, and we got ourselves a tie game at the break, 14-14. It was back and forth all night, but with just 5 minutes left in the game, this was the difference. That Lovelace keeper is the difference in this game, as it's the Lauderdale County Tigers that come away with the win on the road, 20-14, to remain undefeated. And after the game, head coach Jeff Mason, man, was he pumped up for his guy.
It's been a great team like this doing this. Both teams have worked hard to get to this spot. And the game is just what I think both of us expected. And just want to thank the Lord for that. Thank the Lord nobody got hurt. And man, I'm excited. I love these guys. It's all about them. They did not quit it. They did not quit it. We talked all week, really for 2 weeks. It was going to be 48 minutes, maybe a little more. We didn't know, but we just asked them to play every play like it was one that mattered, and they did. And, you know, stop them and ain't short. That's what this game come to, and I couldn't be proud of it. I could not be proud of it.
Let's take a look at another huge region game. Arab at Guntersville. The Wildcats, the only remaining undefeated team in 5A Region 7. The Knights took their last meeting, ending Guntersville's 9-game streak. Here, Arab has its 2nd and 11, threatening at the 24, and Logan Aldridge pushes through to gain 6 for the Knights. But then Drew Puccio can't find a receiver, so he keeps it, and he'll get his steps in today as he scrambles to the outside for a first down. Worked pretty well that time, so they go with the designed run this time, and they'll find the goal line. Puccio in for the score as the Knights take the lead, and they'd hang on to take it with a 29-19 win.
Yeah, speaking of rivalry games, there was another big one taking place tonight in Boaz. Just 4 miles separate these two schools, families divided in the Battle of Boaz. It's the Pirates taking on the Sardis Lions. And as you can imagine, the entire town of Boaz in town for the matchup will pick up, still tied up at nothing. And Ja'Kai Hudgens going to the air. What a catch there from Bo Brock to pick up the first down for Boaz. And they would keep things rolling, not letting their foot off the gas. This time it's a toss to Presley Fant. The Lions defense, though, show up. No gain on that play. But if you don't succeed, try again. It's Fant again. He's got a hole. He's got himself a 15-yard touchdown strike as the Pirates open up the scoring with the touchdown run, 7-0. In the end, it's Boaz that gets the win at home, 35-21.
Staying in the region, let's head over to Scottsboro, where the Wildcats welcome Douglas to town. Scottsboro hoping to keep the Eagles winless in region play tonight, and out at Trammell Stadium, Douglas is rolling, but facing a 4th down. Cason Wall's pass won't hit the intended target this time. Andrew Smith with the defended pass, and the Wildcats take over, and not wasting any time tonight. Jake Jones back in the pocket, firing deep for Jaden Gilbert, and he's all alone, cruising in for the score, 7-0 Cats, but the Eagles were about to let it rip. Handoff to Kanan Murray, and he's got a hole, and he's got some speed going ahead, making a cut towards the sideline and taking it inside the 25 as Douglas flips the field, and they don't waste the red zone trip this time. Walls has Brody Campbell wide open, and the Eagles tie the game up, but in the end, the Wildcats take home the win, 49-28.
Another matchup that had a region title on the line was the matchup between Priceville and Westminster Christian. The winner in the driver's seat of the Class 4A Region 8, and of course home field advantage on the line. These two teams both wanted to win this one bad, and if you could feel it, Priceville jumped out to a 15-6 lead in this game, but Westminster would storm back. Brandon Mush with a big 4th down pickup to get this drive started, and it would be Henley Crunch that would put the Wildcats back in the game. Takes the handoff and is gone. After the 2-point conversion, 14-15 ball game. Priceville, they would try to get something going before the half with some runs from Jake England, but Westminster would get the ball back with a minute to play and the want to retake the lead. Quarterback Brandon Mush would keep this one for himself around the right side, but he's going to be called down at the quarter-inch line, and with 5 seconds left, the Wildcats roll the dice. They don't want the 3 points, they wanted 6, but the Bulldogs defense comes up with a massive goal line stand to go into the break with the lead, and he might not have had the touchdown there, but in this game, Mush passed Bo Nix for 3rd all-time in Alabama high school football history for total offense, and in the second half, Westminster takes home the win 36-29, winning the region. All right, well, before we get to any of the other action from the night, let's go ahead and call our second timeout of the night.
But don't go anywhere, because when Way 31 returns, we'll talk Class 6A. Plenty of highlights coming up when Big Game Friday Night comes back.
Stay tuned for more Big Game Friday night. Go Bulldogs!
Band, and you're watching Big Game Friday Night.
All right, congratulations to the Fife High School Marching Band for being named this week's Star Market Spirit Award winners.
Always a great atmosphere at Fife High School football games. The marching band consists of 28 members, and earlier this year were awarded superior ratings at the Northeast Alabama Marching Invitational in Albertville. All right, let's get back to the action. We'll head out to Fort Payne, where the Wildcats were hosting Buckhorn. This one, a battle of 4 and 3 squads. Fort Payne hasn't lost to Buckhorn since 2005, and the Cats start the game with a bang. Junior quarterback Dax Varnagor unleashes a bomb halfway across the field for his guy Skylar Cody. A field goal attempt would put them up 3. Then it's the Bucks' turn, and running back Shamarion Landrum won't get a ton of yardage, but he does run over the referee. Landrum tries it again, and this time the Wildcats defense says, nope, sorry, as they collectively knock Landrum down like a bowling ball, and that stops the Bucks' run, of course, with a big celebration. Fort Payne's Dax Varnagor, though, seems like he's going to have the same fate. Buckhorn's Colton Rose lays a huge sack and flexes his guns like he's Hulk Hogan. In the end, it's Fort Payne that walks away with the win, 23-14.
Yeah, meanwhile, in Class 6A Region 7, the Hartselle Tigers, they were on the road tonight at Decatur. Decatur has had a tough season, but whenever these rivals square off, throw the records out the window. Decatur starting off on a good foot with Brandon Duper throwing a clean pass to Wyatt Smith. Decatur on the scoreboard at home, and the super quarterback wouldn't stop there. Duper with another dart, and this one is caught as well. Trey Greenwell, nobody's going to take him down. He's pushed out of bounds. The Red Raiders drive would stall. Now we go to Hartselle. Azariah Fletcher on the carry, gaining a first down for Hartselle, and they wouldn't stop there. Marcus Tapscott reels in this reception, and look at this kid go. Great footwork to gain another first down for the Tigers, getting closer and closer to the goal line. They go for a run play. Fletcher on the carry. First and goal. Fletcher, he's going to run the ball again. This time he's going to find a gap. He's going to find a touchdown. Hartselle on the board. They sneak away with the win on the road tonight. 2019. What a game.
Back here in Huntsville, the Raiders welcome New Hope to Garth Road, looking to keep things going after a 75-point explosion last week. Randolph hoping to make it 3 straight over the Indians with a win tonight. Scoreless in the first, New Hope runs into some trouble as Danny Fuel can't hang on to the ball, and we've got a good old-fashioned fumble-rooski as the Raiders try to pick it up. Eventually, Bradford Hall falls on it, and Randolph takes over, and they'd come out firing. William Mitchell dropping back, setting his sights on Roan Campbell as the home squad keeps things moving, and it wouldn't take long for them to find the end zone. Collins on the carry, and he'll skip his way in for 6 as the Raiders strike first, and Randolph would take home another region victory, beating New Hope 49-7. All right, let's stay in 4A Region 8 tonight at St. John Paul. The Falcons were at home at Discovery Middle School hosting DAR.
Yeah, that's right. Both these teams on the outside looking in for the playoffs, but bragging rights still on the line. DAR looking for their first win of the year, and they were driving on the Falcons. Nice connection with Landon Black for the Kate Duncan first down, but at the end of the drive, Gage Davis would be picked off. Tyler Sotolano coming up with the diving pick to end the drive. What a play from the linebacker. And although Jordan Brown nearly made the best end of the first half play you've ever seen, it doesn't matter as he steps out of bounds on this one, and the touchdown wouldn't have mattered either as St. John run away with this one at home 65-5. Out in Florence, it's Brooks and Wilson. The Warriors hoping to end their 6-game skid in meetings with the Lions.
The Lions roar into this one on a 4-game win streak, and they put the pedal to the metal tonight, too. Hand off to Skylar Campbell, and the freshman finds a way to stumble forward for nearly a full 10 yards. Talk about yards after contact. And since he basically brought them there, they give it back to him as he caps off the Lion drive, forcing his way over the line for the score. But the Warriors came to fight tonight. Landon Smith firing over the middle for Braxton Glaze, and you don't want to have to tackle him, but eventually he is taken down on the other side of the 50. Wilson end the drive in the end zone as they give Smith the tush push for 6. Brooks runs away with this one, 63-28 over Wilson. Well, it's already time for us to call our third and final timeout of the show.
Yeah, but don't go anywhere because coming up next on Big Game Friday night, we cap off the night with highlights from a Class 2.
Stay tuned for more Big Game Friday night. Go Wildcats! Come on, Wildcats!
Welcome back into Big Game Friday night, everyone. It's been a wild night of high school football. Some of the state's biggest matchups took place tonight, and that's not excluding our small schools. At Tanner, the Rattlers were hosting Red Bay in an important 2A Region 8 game.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Tanner High School looking for its 7th straight win. The Rattlers strike first on the first play from scrimmage. Eddie Tyus on the receiving end of the halfback pass. Tyus takes it to the house. Tanner's going to go up 7-0. The Rattlers coiled and clicking. Call up Parham. Drops back to pass, then takes off. The Jets kick in, and he weaves his way in and around the Red Bay defenders. Parham's not going to be stopped until he gets pay dirt. Touchdown Rattlers. Red Bay's defense stiffens up. The Tigers looking to hold Tanner on a 4th down try. Kyler Watson sacks Parham, but the first half belongs to Tanner. Just before the half, Parham drops back, drops the pass off to Talion Hall. Hall coming right into the living room. Look out, on his way for the big touchdown strike. Tanner gets a big win at home tonight over Red Bay, 46-14. They look like a team that is ready for the postseason. And of course, a massive thank you to everyone that makes this show possible. We're going to wrap things up here on Way 31. We want to thank our production crew, to our EP Sarah Jones, to our shooters on the sidelines. This would not be possible without them. And of course, a massive thank you to all of you for tuning in each and every week, for making Way 31 your home for high school football.
And to finish off this week's show, we'll do the same thing we do every week, wrap up with our Big Game Friday night top lights.
Good night, everybody. See you next week.
You've been watching a special presentation of Way 31 Sports.